Welcome to Shades of Brown. This highlights on the many issues affecting Africans and people of African descent. I'm your host, Ramatu Adao-Chekliye. Hi guys, welcome to a fresh new vlog. This one I really enjoy and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it too. It's quite funny. I titled this one The Uninvited Wedding Guest. A few weeks ago, my favorite radio on-air personalities, Bemi and Tools, came under heavy criticism for allegedly calling out two brothers for attending any and every society wedding, whether they were invited or not. When I read the tweets by Bemi, I didn't know whom she was talking about, just as I'm sure most Nigerians didn't. I also didn't know if she was talking weddings in general or the upcoming nuptials of her friend Tools. Soon enough, Tools seemed to confirm it was about her wedding when she tweeted that Bemi was a straight shooter. Even at that, I still felt it could have been about someone else. Two brothers decided to tell the whole world that they were the reason for Bemi and Tools' tweets. The brothers, whom I had not heard of before their social media rants, and whom I will not dignify by putting up their names, were very crude in their abuse of Bemi especially. I'm guessing they didn't touch Tools because they still wanted to attend her wedding. Either way, it was an embarrassing affair. And quite frankly, I don't want to be a female in the lives of those guys. Whether it's their mother, their sister, their girlfriend, their side chick, or even their wife. When I read the story and the ensuing drama on Twitter, it got me thinking about Nigerian weddings. Each year, weddings are getting bigger and bigger and catering to more and more people. And of course, it's requiring a whole lot of money to plan and execute. I know that Nigerians are effusive people, but the problem is that as a result of this trend, many couples start off their marriage with tons of debt. The debt is usually borne by the husband because many ladies don't believe in equal partnership. This means that the man starts his marriage counting the cost and most likely hating it as the marriage proceeds. So you can imagine the pressure a man has to put up with to cater to his invited guests. Talk more of his uninvited guests. Uninvited guests are classified into some of these categories. 1. The old friend. These are the ones that will hear of your wedding, search for your number, and call you to gist. They will play it out and wait for you to invite them. When you don't, they will ask where you're getting married, forcing you to either lie or blurt out that you're getting married on so and so date. When you tell them about your wedding, they will then tell you they will clear their schedule for you, effectively boxing you into a corner. Still under this group are those who hear of your wedding, call you up and straight up go, so you are getting married and you didn't tell me. Is this how life is? Now what for you? Oh? If you like, no invite me, I go come your wedding. Turn up, baby. To which you would laugh awkwardly and tell them, oh, you are invited. You know when you put off the phone, you will hiss for Africa. The second type is the friend of a family member. This is the one that is most common in our weddings today. Okay, let me relax a bit. They know your sister, they know your brother, they know your mother, they know your father, they know your cousin, and they feel that it is their right to attend your wedding. In fact, the people they know are surprised to see them at your wedding. They hug and kiss, but they are wondering, who invited this woman? You smile at them when they come to greet you, but you keep trying to figure out who they are. The third one, I like this one, the social climber. People like Osi Ukeje, Ajoke Silva, Florence Itagiwa, Folorunsho Alakija, Tubaba, Olamide, Memory Bruce, and even the wife of the vice president are pegged to attend your wedding. So these people want to be seen where the creme de la creme are. They want to be featured on Ovation, Bella Naija, and City People. They don't mind being described as and friend. You know that type now. Osi Ukeje and friend. Folorunsho Alakija and friend. You know that type now. They are not bothered as long as people see them in this big society wedding. They will be charming with the bride, who by the way is forcing a smile with this stranger, so they can get a chance to be featured on these big magazines. These ones are rich, but they are not in the limelight. And even if the best talent coaches train them for 10 years, they will never be great artists. So they become celebrities by association, and the more they are seen at the event, the greater their chances of being featured in a movie or music video, even if it requires 70 takes to get their only scene done. Sorry, don't be angry. The fourth one is the attention slur. This guest is the one that is so in love with events that they are practically everywhere. It doesn't have to be a wedding, but a wedding is a plus. He or she may not even be invited to a wedding, but they will buy their ashwebi, sew the latest style, turn up in an expensive ride they rented last night, and carry in the biggest gift, which might be cheap, but who cares? Size is everything, isn't it? Usually, when the bouncer sees such people, he's not too eager to harass them. After all, it could have been a computer error that resulted in the missing name. In fact, they will usher said guests to one of the seats close to the high table because of their distinguished head-to-toe look. The bride doesn't know the person per se, but that big-ass gift is inviting and she smiles even though she's not happy. By the time she opens the gift and sees that it's an ugly plastic shoe rack, she would have wished she sent out the uninvited wedding guest. Number 5, the longer throat. This person just loves party jollof rice. You know the jollof rice is important. Looking at how Ghana and Nigeria are fighting for who has the best jollof rice. So this person loves party jollof rice. And the wedding is the only opportunity for the person to eat cake and drink a whole carton of 5 Alive. There are many people like that at weddings every weekend. They sit close to the buffet table and make sure they eat all the dishes being served at the wedding. They don't care that they are embarrassing their family members. All they want is some good old food. Now, number 6 is not on the blog, but I'm going to talk about this one. These are the ones that go to weddings to look for a boyfriend, to look for a spouse, to look for a future husband. Ladies, you are guilty of this one. Many ladies go to wedding in order to look for that their Mr. Right. And guys know that they are doing it. So what do the guys do? They go, they chop mouth, clean face, waka comot. Ladies, why now? Anyway, these are some examples of uninvited wedding guests found at Nigerian weddings. I'm sure you know some of them yourselves and even other types. Most times, the bride is super stressed on her wedding day, and so is the groom. Now, imagine this scenario. The chaos at the food court is becoming unbearable, and the couple begin to worry about the order of things. They cannot eat because lots of people have gone to complain that they didn't get food. The groom has gone to the caterers 4 times already and he's just tired. When that uninvited guest shows up, they are adding more stress to the already tense situation. The bride is wondering if the person is the groom's guest or her parents' guest. The groom is wondering the same. The entire situation results in the bride having a horrible day instead of the fairy tale event she paid good money for. Or more likely, that her husband has paid good money for. My question then is, why do that to a couple? Why be the bitterness in their sweet day? Back to my opening story. It is not something to struggle with. If you were not invited to a wedding, stay at home. You will not die. Your rep will not drop. Your belly will not complain. If the person did not invite you, it could be for some reasons. Maybe they planned for a certain number of people. Maybe they want a very private ceremony. Maybe they are cash strapped. Or just maybe they don't want you there. You shouldn't have to wrangle out an invitation or guilt trip them into giving you one. In fact, it stinks of desperation to beg for an invitation, and desperation is not a good look. I don't buy this nonsense about not driving people away from your wedding. Some people say it's in bad taste. Some are afraid of being cursed by their village people. Some people don't want to attract beef to themselves, and some others are just people pleasers. Isn't it bad taste to carry yourself to a wedding you were not invited to? And if you really want to be afraid of your village witches, how about you just roll up and die? Because they will follow you everywhere you go and will be on hand every time something good happens to you. I have been asking why a person will beef me because I did not invite you to my wedding. Is it your wedding? Are you the one that will be spending the rest of your life with my spouse? And for people pleasers, I do hope that you know that the uninvited guests are the ones with the most negative report about your wedding. So while you are pleasing them, they are busy planning to wreck you. Is that what you really want? A couple's wedding is never about you. It's not about the ashwebi you bought. It's not about how you look. It's not about how the wedding can up your Instagram status. It is completely not about you. It's about the groom and his bride. It's about their family and their friends and maybe colleagues whom they want to share their events with. It is in their perfect right to invite you, not invite you or uninvite you. it is also their perfect right to ask security to walk you out of their wedding if you have no proof of their invitation. I remember seeing a story where a couple made a flex banner saying Ashwebi is not a guarantee of entrance to this wedding. I felt bad that people opened themselves to such blatant disrespect just because they wanted to attend the wedding. Come on, get some self-respect. Relax, relax. I used to want that big society wedding, but I've come to the realization that the more people you invite to a wedding, the more likely you have uninvited guests turn up. So, last, people might hear I have married when they see my Facebook status change. No time for all this drama, I beg. And I beg you, if this post pain you, no vex. Not just vlog. Thank you, T.S. Raphael, for being a darling. Thank you for shooting this, for making this happen. I will be back next week. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Bye.
That's all for this week. Subscribe to the channel for more of Shades of Brown. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Ochekliye Ramatoada. I'm on Facebook at Ochekliye Ramatoada, on Twitter at Remimah, that is at RAMIMAH, and on Instagram at Miss_Remimah. You can also follow my blog at www.shadesofbrownnigeria.blogspot.com. For inquiries, mail me at ochekliyeramatoada@gmail.com or ramatoadaochekliye@yahoo.com. Talk to you next time. Bye.